That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Things at this point are starting to heat up because people actually get into town on Thursday. So now we get to Thursday. And Thursday, I'm trying to see if we had anything earlier in the day. We did. We did. Okay. Dang, a lot of happened. Oh, that was Friday. Okay. It's so all right. At this point, it's all a blur. Thursday morning is the Kendrick Lamar conference. So we get in there. I get in there probably a couple hours early. They open the doors earlier than they usually do. They don't open the doors until like an hour before usually, and everybody come flooded in, and the line is wrapped around the building. This time they opened the doors mad early, so you could sit down and wait the whole time. They had a little DJ in there. The DJ was cutting up. The DJ did a good job. They were playing Squabble Up, and then they played Hey Now, and then they went into the Hey Now into that guy from Tyler, the Creator, the remix and stuff like that. Ebro comes out and says, "Yo, we about to get started in about an hour. We'll see y'all in an hour." We said, "Okay, bet." It's my first time seeing Ebro. I'm like, "Oh snap, that's Ebro." I'm media nerd. So, anyways, that happened right there. They about like an hour, 30 minutes late, 30 minutes late. It's crazy because this is live stream. So they finally come out. They bring out all the opening acts. So all the people from New Orleans. Once again, why was people complaining about New Orleans and the lack of representation in Louisiana and this and that when the whole pregame and the rest of the night and the rest of the festivities all week was all Louisiana, all New Orleans, all the way down to the logo when they had Queen Taj Williams, the computer engineer and everything like that, make the logo herself. The 26-year-old Taj Williams, Queen Taj, man. Or she might be 25, but yeah. Everything was New Orleans about this. So it's like, why did you have a problem that it was Kendrick instead of Wayne? Because you didn't have a problem that it wasn't New Orleans. You had a problem with Kendrick doing it. But anyways, let's keep going. So yeah, they had Lauren Daigle, Trombone Shorty. I'm trying to do this off memory. Lettucey and John Batiste. They all had them coming out. They also talked to the two sign language performers and stuff like that. The one for Kendrick and the one for the pregame show people. So they had the representation. It was a beautiful interview by Nadeska interviewing the sign language artist, and then a beautiful interview from Ebro and Nadeska with the hometown folks as well. Trombone Shorty said some beautiful things. Lauren Daigle said some beautiful things. Lettucey got emotional a couple times from John Batiste. Y'all know he's been here before. He's just one of those guys, calm, cool, and collected as always. Then they announced Kendrick Lamar coming to the stage. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to see Kendrick Lamar." I've already seen Kendrick Lamar in concert a few years ago in Atlanta when he headlined the college football playoff national championship. When the game was in Atlanta, I seen him at Centennial Park for free. It's crazy. But I don't know. It's just like Kendrick had a big year, man, and he don't come out the house. So to see him up first, I was hyped. Kendrick comes out. I'm like, oh man, Kendrick finally out, man. We about to get into it. We about to get into the negativity. And they had a list of pre-screened questions. So a lot of people were talking about Nadeska and Ebro coming kind of soft at him. They had to run everything by PG Lane, bro. They had to run everything by PG Lane and Kendrick. And at the same time, this man has I don't know if the lawsuit is active, but he had some type of legal active lawsuit, whatever the case was at the time with Drake against him. So it's not like they could just say, "What do you think about Drake? What do you think about Not Like Us?" and you get sued. And like, because if it's an ongoing like type of lawsuit, legal thing, I don't know if he could just straight up talk about it. See now, thing on Sunday, which was even crazier that he doubled down on that jump. And I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. This is great. This is amazing. Kendrick gave some great answers in the press conference. He talked about the Southern roots, the Southern connection to California. He talked about just always being him. That's all he can be is himself. He's always been quiet. He's always been to himself, and he's always, kind of been turned up and had that humor to the people that know him. Once he's one of those people, like once you talk to them and get comfortable and stuff like that, he'll open up to you and he'll show you all of his personality. But to the rest of the world, he won't show you anything because, he's just introverted. He's just to himself. A lot of people use the term introverted, I feel like, in 2025, and like also like they say they're on the spectrum, and I don't think. Unless it's like the technology, this is a whole nother rant. Unless it's the technology that has brought us there, with where, you know, we're more connected with our phones than ever, but we're also more disconnected with the outside world and society, modern day society. That is a very true thing. So perhaps it turned more people into introverts more than ever. The cell phone, which is ironic again, because Kendrick's coming out with PG Lane's coming out with a phone, right? With like no internet, right? It just gives you the ability to text and call like that. That's it, right? Or check email. It's like something where you only can do 3 things on the PG Lane phone that's coming out. But yeah, I think our phones have all made more people introverted and more people socially awkward, if the word is. So now I think as a result of that, some people will think that, yeah, I'm live, baby. I'm live, baby. Shouts out everybody. Hold on, let me see. Cause all right, we good. I just had to make sure. But we live, baby. Anyways, let's get back to it. What I was talking about. So um, with Kendrick, he gave great answers. It was just a good kind of segment. And then the kids asked him the questions. Young Dylan asked him a question. It was funny because Young Dylan, he asked the New Orleans acts, right, a question. And it was a silly question. It was like, who just live in life? Like, and everybody was laughing. They was like, oh, I never been asked that. This is so funny. And everybody, the whole room was laughing. When he came to Kendrick, Young Dylan got serious. What's your advice for the young men? And I said, oh, you ain't telling them jokes now, Dylan. Shouts out to Young Dylan. That's my guy. I interviewed him a couple years ago, and I said what's up to him at the thing. But yeah, I did think that was funny. Shout out to Young Dylan. Shout out Nickelodeon. Shout out Jermaine Dupri. Anyways, that's what happened, right? Press conference ends. Last year in Vegas, Usher did the press conference, right? And afterwards, he's still kind of staying on the stage. So, you know, some people that's like, Usher this way. And Usher's like, Usher this way. Usher's like, you know, some people are asking for selfies and like side little comments that they want to ask Usher, and he's just like talking to everybody. And Nadeska's on the, like, you know, kind of on the steps, and she's there to talk. You know, that's where I met Nadeska last year, and I got to talk to her and just give her flowers and stuff like that. And she said, "Thank you so much. I had no idea that people actually cared about everyday struggle." And I was like, dude, that was like the one light thing for me in the year of 2017. Anyways, so this year, Kendrick takes the pictures, right? He takes the solo pictures. He takes the pictures with Nadeska and Ebro. And then the whole Apple Music team comes on the stage. So Zane Lowe, all them jokers that you see key, low key, all them jokers, right? They come up on the stage, they take the picture. They dab them up. You say, all right. They take the pictures. I had me a little video, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to show it right now. Where I try to get me a little selfie video and see if I can get Kendrick to get a drop or some, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, da, 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 oh, anyways, so I do that, right? This man Kendrick, the second he take the last picture with Apple Music team, he off the stage. He got his security. He got the security. The security rush him off like the president. Security rushed him off the stage like the president. I said, boy, this ain't you talk about a man that the whole it ain't no act, bro. The Boogeyman act and all that, and like disappearing. Like I remember Drake was dissing, bro. Drake was dissing, bro, before the biggest of Super Bowl, before that song, right? On tour, when Drake started the tour with Savage, the song was already out at that point. Okay. But Drake was on the tour. I'm not sure if I'm getting the timelines mixed up. But Drake was on tour and he said, yeah, I'm coming out with another album, y'all. And he just dropped. So people was like, gosh, Lee. And he said, yeah, I'm not one of those mysterious fade off into the shadows, and then you don't hear from me, and I don't drop an album in 5-6 years, and I just pop back up with another album every 6 years, like, and you don't hear from me. If I got music, I'm gonna drop it. Is that okay with y'all? I'm Drizzy Dre. Have a good night. Like, and they're like, ah! So that was another Kendrick diss that Drake was doing. Drake been sending shots at Kendrick, and Kendrick been sending shots at Drake since 2013. We all know this. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So, the entire thing of Kendrick being a quiet guy, introverted guy, the boogeyman and all that, just being a facade for the, that's really Kendrick. Like, he is not a social butterfly at all, bro. He is not a what would they call it? Extrovert at all, dude. I seen extroverted. I seen Usher last year at the same press conference in the same type of setting, take pictures with folks, take the pictures. They asked, Usher right here, Usher right here. Kendrick, as soon as they took them pictures, Joker was off stage. I said, oh man, he don't play, bro. He is literally in the house. He is inside. He is not a public person at all. And I don't know, because it was like during the interview, he came off so personal and just like a normal dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, when you're quiet, you don't say much. It gives the room for people to just kind of add a lot to your legacy and your image, and you, even you can say a 4-letter word, or like, you know, it adds to that, right? And then you talk to them and you're like, oh, this is just a normal person. That was Kendrick, right? So Kendrick comes out press conference, it's like, oh, he's just a normal dude. Like, that's just is what it is. But then, like, as soon as the thing ends, his official obligations are over, he's out that very second. And I was just like, yo, he don't fool with nobody, bro. So that was that. That was my biggest takeaway from the Kendrick press conference. So we're still on Thursday morning now. Next thing I want to...
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but...
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.